Have you ever worked so hard for money and still felt like it was never enough? Like no matter how much comes in, something always swallows it whole, and you're left wondering where it all went, staring at your account, feeling ashamed, confused, or just completely stuck. But what if the problem isn't how much you earn? What if you aren't failing? You're just handling money the way no one ever taught you not to. Everything in your financial life is about to shift. The pressure is about to lift. And it all starts the moment you truly understand one word: steward. By the end of this video, you're going to see exactly which money mistakes are silently bleeding your future dry and what God actually says about fixing them. Here are 8 ways people handle money wrong, biblically. Number 1, Proverbs 23:5 says, "Wealth sprouts wings and flies away." Money was never meant to be the destination. It's a tool. The moment it becomes your goal, it owns you. Most people spend their entire lives chasing something that was never designed to be caught. They sacrifice their health, their relationships, and their peace, all for a number in an account that still leaves them feeling empty. When money is your master, you will never have enough of it. But when money is your servant, even a little of it goes a long way. Number 2, they spend before they give. Proverbs 3:9 says, "Honor God with the first fruits of your income, not the leftovers." Most people give what's left after the bills, the groceries, and the wants are all taken care of. But God doesn't ask for your leftovers. He asks for your first. And here is why the order matters. Whatever gets your first attention gets your deepest trust. When you give first, you're declaring that God is your source, not your salary. That one shift in order changes the entire posture of how you handle everything that comes after it. Number 3, they go into debt for things that don't last. Romans 13:8 says, "Owe nothing to anyone." Now this doesn't mean you can never have a mortgage or a car payment. It means you should never borrow to fund a lifestyle you haven't earned yet. When you finance clothes, vacations, and things that lose value the second you touch them, you are paying tomorrow's money for yesterday's pleasure. And the weight of that debt doesn't just sit in your bank account. It sits on your chest every single morning when you wake up. The Bible calls you to live within what you have, not within what you can borrow. Number 4, they never have a plan. Luke 14:28 says, "Count the cost before you build." A budget isn't punishment. It isn't a sign that you don't trust God. It's wisdom written down on paper. Without a plan, money doesn't disappear by accident. It disappears by default. You spend it on whatever feels urgent in the moment, and then at the end of the month, you have nothing left to show for it. A plan gives your money a purpose before it ever hits your account. And when money has a purpose, it stops running your life and starts serving it. Number 5, they ignore the small amounts. Luke 16:10 says, "Whoever is faithful with very little will also be faithful with much." Most people are waiting for a bigger paycheck, a better opportunity, or a financial breakthrough before they start being serious about money. But God doesn't work that way. He watches what you do with what you already have. The $5 you waste every day on impulse adds up to over $1,800 a year. The small amounts are not small. They are the test. And how you pass the small test determines whether you'll ever be trusted with the big one. Number 6, they make financial decisions out of emotion. Proverbs 21:5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit, but haste leads to poverty." Impulse buying when you're stressed. Lending money to keep the peace in a relationship. Panic spending when you feel behind. None of these are financial strategies. They are emotional reactions wearing the costume of decisions. And every time you let your feelings run your finances, you give your future away to a moment that won't even matter in 6 months. The Bible calls you to be diligent, which means slow, intentional, and consistent, even when your emotions are screaming at you to move fast. Number 7, they confuse blessing with entitlement. Deuteronomy 8:17 warns against saying in your heart, "My power and the strength of my hands produced this wealth." It is one of the most dangerous shifts that happens when money starts to come in. You start believing you earned it all by yourself. You stop being grateful. You start being careless. You upgrade your lifestyle faster than your wisdom can keep up. And what was once a gift becomes something you feel you deserve. Every resource in your hands right now came through a combination of grace, opportunity, and doors that someone else opened for you. Forgetting that is how people lose everything they worked for. Number 8, they let shame keep them silent and stuck. There is no verse in the Bible that tells you to stay buried in financial chaos out of pride. None. In fact, Proverbs 28:13 says, "Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy." The same principle applies to financial mistakes. The moment you stop hiding your debt, your bad habits, and your fear, and start bringing them into the light, is the moment things can actually begin to change. Shame keeps you frozen. Honesty gives you a starting line. And no matter what your numbers look like right now, God can work with a person who is willing to be honest and start again. Here is the truth you can carry with you today. God is not looking at your bank balance to decide your worth. He is watching your faithfulness. You don't need to be rich to be a good steward. You just need to be honest, intentional, and willing to start fresh with wisdom instead of shame. The moment you stop treating money as a master and start treating it as a tool in the hands of someone who answers to God, everything begins to shift. So right now, in the comments, type, "Lord, make me a faithful steward." Let that be your declaration today. And if you know someone who is stressed about money, quietly drowning in debt, or just tired of feeling like they are always behind, share this with them. Give them the truth they need to start fresh. And if you want more of these simple, practical, biblical insights to help you build a life that actually lasts, subscribe to Bible Resolve. Let's stop chasing and start stewarding. Let's build something that actually lasts. I'll see you in the next